Hey everyone, welcome to the Night Shift Bandits. Master Honor speaking, and had some technical issues, so this is going to be a podcast.
Yes, indeed, it will be.
Say that again?
I said, yes, indeedy, it will be.
Yeah. So we got who is this?
Professor Zach.
And we're going to be talking about just random Batman stuff since this is a Batman video. So one thing that I liked about Batman before, becoming an adult and realizing he is not feasible is his incredible drive. Like, I don't know. He just does not stop going.
I mean, you can definitely say like what keeps him going is his vengeance
Hmm.
and his sensibility of justice. Like, cause look at it, right? Pretty much, Batman lost his parents to the streets, and for a little boy, that's very devastating. Of course, our childhood trauma into our adulthood, right?
Right.
So the fact that like he's driven to stop crime and he's driven to prevent like other little boys or whatnot to experience the same thing he experienced. I mean that's definitely noble. I see why he don't stop on his quest.
Well, that's very noble, but also like think about everything that he could do not as Batman.
I
He's
mean,
just very determined to be out there with the vengeance and everything. Yeah, that's cool, but he's, in my opinion, like okay, you've saved the world more than several times. You've done your vengeance for your parents, and you've definitely helped stop more than enough like serious events. You got billions of dollars. Just sit back and chill. And throw money at other problems that actually help people.
so I mean, okay. So a couple of things about what you did. For one, let's be honest. It's not our place to tell someone, "Hey, your vengeance has been fulfilled now," because you
That's
don't know
true.
how they feel.
That's true. I mean,
And
okay,
let's be
so
honest. Let's be honest. Would you really want Batman to stop?
honestly, yes.
Why?
I want Batman to stop because there are so many people who pop back up and are just like, no, I don't like you because you did X, Y, and Z in the past to me as Batman.
And you notice most of those people were already evil beforehand, right? So they're probably a bit bad.
There's a pretty big chunk of them that were evil beforehand, but still, like they didn't have someone to focus on beforehand. Now they have someone to focus on, and now they have to come up with something that's bigger and greater because they would need to prove themselves against this person.
And
Further feeding into
again,
their no, that's further feeding into their insanity.
you could say the same thing for the cops that catch them for like the third or fourth time.
Bro, I think the exact same thing about these specific individuals
And
only.
again, and again, that doesn't make what you're doing right. Maybe if a guy in a bat suit beats your ass, you should probably rethink life.
Oh, I honestly would, but they're made of different stuff.
No, some of them are just human.
Some of them are,
If anything,
and
if
and
anything, I'm sorry
mhm.
not to interrupt you. If anything, I think
No, no, go ahead.
these villains are the toughest villains around because you can go toe to toe with that. So they're made of different stuff, yes, but the
They're
fact that you're
basically
lucky enough
equal.
to survive, you
Yeah,
should probably rethink these things, which some of them have.
uh, uh, the ventriloquist for one, he definitely rethought it.
Yeah,
Harley's another one who's rethought it, but I mean, whew, he
depends on
definitely.
it depends.
Yeah, she's still in that like in between phase, but yeah, that's that's a whole different.
Yeah.
Okay, so like his detective do it. I think
Uh-huh.
that would be another thing that he should do to further help everyone better than going out and fighting people. I think that part of Batman is actually one of the greater things that he.
And I agree with you. It's the most interesting thing. And the thing is, I chalk that up to like writers not knowing how to write a detective story,
Hmm.
which, like, yeah, it is like underwritten. That side of him is underwritten. It is not explored at all. I mean, not to go ahead and jump to another game, but Arkham Origins. That was my favorite part of Arkham Origins. Is how they handled the whole detective aspect. You know,
Don't,
literally replaying crime scenes, finding clues
okay.
within crime scenes is cool.
Okay. I was gonna say, don't tell me too much about it. I still haven't played it yet.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. Story. It's just all. That's all gameplay.
Okay. Because
Like
like
literally, you play like him as a detective, like in
that's
parts.
even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Arkham Asylum, whenever you're going into detective mode, you're just kind of like, oh, look, I found a thing. I magically can follow someone's fingerprints who I was in the same room with a group of other people and no one touched that spot. We were in a fight and everyone was flying everywhere. Yet
Yeah.
no one hit any of those. I can't believe that. Like it's just dumb.
Yeah. So like I'm just using that as an example of like, yo, this is literally how Detective Batman works. Hell, even the Batman is more detective than really any previous movie incarnation of Batman. Like, yeah, you know, he'll go into his lab and he'll put a drop of blood inside of a scanner, and the computer will find out who that person is. But in the Batman, you know, he actually was doing detective work. He's getting whole bullet holes from crime scenes and all that, you know. So
And you're talking about the movie The Batman or the animated show?
the movie The Batman,
Okay, because I remember both of them being pretty well. The animated The Batman wasn't really that big on detective. Should have realized that earlier.
right? So yeah, because the Batman, I mean, this is still a cool animated show, but no,
Yeah, it's just not heavy on detective. It's aimed at kids, and kids want to see the punchy Batman, not the more detective Batman.
you never know. Because that's how Batman the animated series was in some parts. That
Oh
was
man, it really was. It really was. Actually, this kind of Arkham Asylum kind of feels like an extension from the Batman the Animated Universe.
I can see that.
But I think that's really just because they brought back virtually the entire old cast for the at least the first game.
Yeah,
Well, for this game anyway, Arkham Asylum.
yeah. So like, and I can see that. Like, I can see it being a continuation. I can see it being like related to the animated series.
Hmm.
Even though like at this point, when Suicide Squad comes out, it's like, oh, this is in the same universe.
Yeah. Oh, that is something that I did want to play too. Is Suicide Squad. I've been seeing a lot of clips about it, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fun.
I mean, it's quiet now because a lot of people complained about the how they're handling the store, the cosmetics, and all that. And
Wait,
how
what
like
are they doing there?
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a service as a game. You know,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's going to be a live service game. A lot of people were complaining about how a lot of the characters felt the same because like no matter who you played, everyone used some kind of gun, which everyone literally pointed out Captain Boomerang. Why would you use a gun?
Okay.
So
That's very disheartening. I
yeah,
literally try to stay away from as much news as possible just because I don't want to like tip myself off on anything for the story. So when it comes out, that's when I started wanted to start paying attention. And yeah.
yeah. I'll be honest with you. I've been keeping up with the games. I love Suicide Squad.
Hmm.
I mean, you know what the base premise of Suicide Squad is, right? The game.
Uh, you're the Suicide Squad and you're doing stuff. You're going on missions for Waller, right?
I mean, yeah, but do you know what they're doing?
Not specific.
Oh, really? So you even dodged like the
I
poster?
have dodged pretty much everything about this game.
Oh, wow.
It's
Okay.
it's a skill that I've had to learn how to do. I've dodged like Loki. I still haven't seen the Loki thing trailer for season 2.
Okay. But thing is, but I won't tell you like, because I mean it's everywhere. Like even on like the game posters, like clearly you know what this game's about.
Hmm.
It's literally in the tagline. But I won't tell you whether if you're trying to actually dodge it. But it's nothing special about the story actually came outside of what's in the tag.
Okay.
So
Well then, yeah. Go ahead. Spoil me on that.
you sure? I mean, well,
Yeah.
they're meant to kill the justice. Yeah.
They're trying to kill the Justice League.
They're trying to kill the Justice League. Now, again, I'll leave it at that because again, I know you're trying to dodge it, but I mean, there's a good reason why they're trying to kill the Justice. But yeah,
This is in the Injustice universe. Then okay, that's kind of dope.
oh no,
But
this is
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
if it's going to be that, but
it's not. It would have been dope. It would have been dope, but not. Besides, we saw what happened to the Suicide Squad and the Injustice.
Injustice League, yeah, that. Ooh.
Yeah, but yeah, nah. Yeah. They're gonna do their thing.
So yeah, I now I kind of really. Oh, I'm hoping that this doesn't turn into like an Avengers sort of situation.
It almost was. That much I can't tell. They were literally like when I tell you this was gonna become Avengers Part 2. Like I'm pretty sure the game was either going to come out or it's supposed to be out already.
It was supposed to be out already by this point.
Yeah, and it literally had the same exact issue that Avengers did, and yeah, it was going to be Avengers Part 2, which would have been a shame because I really am looking forward to having a good Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it would be really great to run around as a giant man-eating shark on land. You get your Street Sharks fantasy.
I do get my street, and to be honest with you, King Shark was moving like a street shark. I mean, not exactly like a street shark, but you know, he was a big shark with I think he had like a machine gun, and he was like a muscle.
They give a giant walking shark a machine gun.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, King Shark was pretty cool. Like I won't lie, like a lot of the characters, if we take away like the issues that happened, they all look cool, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I won't make the obvious joke about Deadshot, but everyone looks cool.
Okay.
So
okay. Well, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
Yeah. But back to
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
like his villains. I mean, I would say he has instances where it's talking about.
Yeah. So a rogue gallery. Actually, there are a lot of his villains who are in the Suicide Squad, namely Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. I believe he has some run-ins with Frost. Not actually his though. I think that's more Flash.
Yeah.
Who else has been in the Suicide Squad that was a Batman villain? Yeah, well, Captain Boomerang I would say is more of a Flash.
Yeah, well, I mean, Batman does, yeah. I mean, if you're only talking about, I'm sorry, you were only talking about the terms of Batman. I would definitely have to look that up and see, because I mean, when Suicide Squad first started, they were using like a lot of B, C-list, D-list villains, like Bronze Tiger, for example.
I believe that is one of Batman's villains.
Probably. I have heard from Bronze Tiger since he was played by Michael J. White.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Oh no, that was on the Flash TV show.
That was on the Flash TV show. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of that. No, that Batman movie. He didn't play Bronze Tiger in that. Who was the guy that he played in there?
No, he played one of the gangsters.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about the Dark Knight?
No, I'm not talking about the Dark Knight. I'm talking about the animated movie. He was the voice of the black martial artist. It was basically a kung fu spy movie.
Oh yeah, Batman Enter the Dragon or something.
Yeah, that one. That's the one I was talking about. He voiced. I don't think it was Bronze Tiger, but it was another black character.
Yeah, I mean, I think like most of them, because most of those characters were made up for the movie, right?
I believe so.
I'm not to him like
Lady Shiva wasn't, and I think one other wasn't, but can't really remember right now.
Yeah, so but I mean that would make sense that he would voice someone. He does do some voice too.
Yeah, he does a lot of voice work.
Yeah, so he but yeah, like I don't know all his villains that are in the Suicide Squad, but again, I'm pretty sure he has like a knife amount. I think every hero has a knife amount of their villains on the Suicide Squad because of the nature of it. But of course, you know, Batman's villain is going to be center stage, like how Harley Quinn literally is one of their more recent members and already starred the suicide.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane how that went.
I
Like
mean, it makes
absolutely
sense.
insane. It does make
It
sense.
makes
I mean,
sense.
she's a very well like character.
Yeah,
Her like actually her personality does lend to like well yeah does lend to like people liking her.
yeah,
She's a very bubbly and energetic individual. And you know she just so happens to survive the wildest situations when she's on that team.
yeah. And like there's a reason why she has a show. There's a reason why you see Harley Quinn memorabilia next to Wonder
Everywhere.
Woman,
Yeah.
Superman, Batman. Like she's literally like their fourth pillar of money. Like,
Yeah, now
but
she is, but yeah,
yeah, yeah. At first, it's like no one really gave a damn about Harley until she started appearing in things. You know,
I was different, but then again, I was watching the animated series where she originated from, and
right?
that the one joke that got me, even as a kid, was when she was like, "Come on, Mr. J, don't you want to ride your Harley?" And I was like, "She is not
Right,
talking about a motorcycle." I don't know what
right.
she's thinking of in my 8-year-old head, but she's not talking about a motorcycle.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, you watched her in the animated show. So what I'm saying is that, like, for the general public, no one really gave a damn about Harley, except unless you were a nerd,
Yeah.
unless you knew. Like I don't know the exact time Harley broke out to the general public, like as like a superstar hero or like as a well-known character. But you have
Um,
people who don't even look at comics, barely look at the shows and movies, saying they know who Harley Quinn is. Like, oh, that's my favorite character. Oh, I'm gonna watch. Like, I literally knew a girl who watches everything with Harley Quinn, and she didn't know nothing about the comics. She wasn't nerdy at all, but she loves her some Harley Quinn.
wow. I
And
do want to say that it probably started somewhere in the early 2010s, maybe late aughts.
yeah,
So that might be when the boom happened. So
yeah,
yeah, she had been out for at least a decade by that point. It usually seems like whenever a comic book character that the comic book community really likes comes out, about a decade later, they're very popular.
yeah.
Look at Miles Morales.
Yeah, but Miles Morales, he became popular within those 10 years, to be honest. Like, I mean, he's Black Spider Man, so you're going to be popular.
Yeah,
Like,
you're going to be
yeah,
popular. Okay,
that,
so maybe you got
that's the part.
example. Damian
No, no,
Wayne.
no. I mean, no, what you're saying is true, though. Like, what you're
Yeah,
definitely saying is true. I'm just saying Miles Morales is like, that's your cheat card. Like, you made a Black Spider Man, but of course Black Spider Man is going to be popular.
true, true.
But what you're saying is definitely true. Like, and that's another subject to talk about is how long does it take for a comic book character when they're first created to gain that identity? Because if you think about everything that we know about Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Captain America, Iron Man, and whatnot, it took them years to get like their most notable stories. Like
Yeah,
Demon in a Bottle, for example, like that came out way after Iron Man came out, was created.
long
But,
after. Like, no,
yeah,
I hear what you're saying because a lot of these characters were created, let's say, in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
yeah,
They didn't have like a good story until the 70s, 80s, sometimes 90s.
yeah,
Actually,
and
sometimes even later than that. But
yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly. So it's like our the most notable stories are written like not even immediately. Like some stories are like I'll use Kamala Khan first. I know we're switching to
mhm,
Marvel here, but
yeah. Well,
let's talk about Kamala Khan.
this is a free conversation, and we're just
Yeah,
here.
yeah, 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 yeah. But this is your video, so I ain't trying to steal your thunder.
Ah, no worries.
But take Kamala Khan, for example, Kamala
Yeah.
Khan's like first volume is great. I read it myself. It's
Mhm.
fantastic. It definitely defined the character, and I have a foundation of who Kamala is. And she's had some bad stories here and there, even having died recently.
Yeah, I heard about that, and that she got revived.
Yeah, as a mutant.
Yeah, which thanks Earth 199999. Yeah, no, it's not 616. They are completely different.
Yeah, nah. We're still calling. Look, if Spider-Man 2099 is going to call them Earth 99999, I'm going to call them Earth 999.
Exactly.
you're a 626 to you guys, not to
Right.
everyone.
Like, stay in your lane.
Yeah, please. MC. You get these days you're not getting any respect.
Not with your
But yeah,
Richard
like
Jones. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. But yeah, like she was that was a good story she had. Now I'll say I haven't been reading Miss Marvel, but through the grapevine, I haven't heard anyone really say any like character defining things about her stories or anything like that since then. But again, she's a young character. She just came
Hmm.
out. Like I want to say, if not exactly 10 years ago, then around that time frame, either more or less.
I actually do want to say it's probably been about 10 years since she's come out. Maybe a little bit more time than that.
Yeah,
Because, it takes a while for characters to actually get known.
yeah.
But yeah, I remember like news articles of when she was going to be coming out. Hey, Miss Marvel's going to be a young Pakistani woman. What?
Right. And it's like now Miss Marvel's going to be Captain Marvel now, which I was excited for, but no one did anything with that. Um,
It's really sad that they didn't do anything with that. That could have been so great.
oh no, they did do something with that. They ruined her character.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, and they kept. And
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about Civil War too. Yeah.
Oh, they did even more bad things to her character. That
I mean,
sucks.
she just was never. And I gave her some of her runs a chance, and she had some interesting scenes and like environment placements, like where she was at the time.
Hmm.
But like between Civil War 2, her own movie Captain Marvel, a few of the comics I read with her, like outside of course Cap convincing her to get the mantle of Captain Marvel, which should have been hers a long time ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of gave up on defending.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like defending the oh well, they're gone in right now, so it doesn't really even matter. Inhumans, that's what I was trying to think of. It's like trying to defend the Inhumans. Why would you try to do that?
Right. Like
Like,
the Inhumans are just that's a whole different conversation. The Inhumans are like the Eternals. It's like they're there. I don't really care about them outside of maybe a hand.
yeah, okay. So I do want to say something else about Batman. So the entirety of Arkham Asylum is basically your stomping grounds or the only place that you can go in this.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what kind of insane person built this thing? Now, they do actually give hints and more story and context to the person that I believe his name is Abbott Arkham, or
Mm-hmm.
it's some old timey name. Arkham is his last name though, and
I thought it was Amadeus. Is that
yeah, that's what it
Amadeus?
is. Amadeus. I think it might be Amadeus. I just knew it was like a very old, really weird name. He
Yeah.
built this. He was insane, and now you have to go through it. I'm looking at it like, yes, an actual crazy person built this. Just like going through all the halls and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I get turned around so often in the game, and I don't even think that it's just because of my sight most of the time. I think that
Mm.
it's just because it's built by a crazy person. No halls should go straight, right, left, right, left, straight.
I mean, okay, I forgot if they go through that in the game. So I know they talk about the origins of the Arkhams
Hmm.
a little bit, but from what I understand in both comic books and a few, and maybe some alternate dimensions, it's always a crazy person who creates Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, no, usually it is.
Because the Arkhams themselves are out of whack.
They are a family of pretty much every single one of them.
And hell, even one of them turned into the Joker at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of them another one of Batman's villains also? But not the Joker, just a different Batman villain.
I think he's considered a Batman villain. I know last I checked, it was the current director of Arkham Asylum, at least in the comics.
Okay, that's who it is.
I think he was a villain because I did read something about him going insane, so that might be it.
Either way,
Yeah, but don't quote me on that because, like, I know, yeah.
yeah. Like most of our facts on this, don't quote us on them. We're doing this off the top of our head.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that is what always like kind of threw me. And then the fact that the sewers that they have are that big, like large enough that you can have Killer Croc in the sewers.
See,
What
they
kind
had
of
to.
place is this?
Someone had to have made that. Someone had to, like, recently have to have made that because there's no way you could have just made the sewers big enough for Killer Croc.
Not at all.
There's
Not at
no.
all. And then supposedly keeping it entirely under Arkham Asylum without Arkham Asylum itself sinking into that soil because you know it's like Northwest America, Northeast America.
Yeah.
So, and it's on a cliff, so that's not going to be sturdy at all.
Yeah, it's not, and it's like what you pointed out earlier. It's like the infrastructure, the architecture, just doesn't make sense. And again, we're trying to apply video game logic to real world logic. You know,
Yeah, it might not work.
it might not work. But at the same time, too, it's always fun talking about these things because how can you fit a whole sewer level in a place like this? That's supposed in a place that's supposed to be an asylum. Why is this
Yeah.
asylum on a cliff?
No. It's not even just on a cliff. There's also a moat.
So what the fuck? You want your patients to fall in the water?
They want the patients to fall and die if they can't help them mentally. That's it. Or if they know how to swim, like Killer Croc does, they'll just be free.
Yeah, because Killer Croc, I'm pretty sure, can just swim wherever he wants.
I'm very sure of that. And I'm pretty sure if he keeps pressing on those iron bars that they have just over the sewer grates, he's gonna get out.
He is.
So I'm hoping that they got like one of those electrified barriers that they have over doors that they don't want you to walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they have those just like on every sewer gate leading out. But water can go through because I don't know, video game reasons.
So I have to ask, like, has Killer Croc ever fought Aquaman?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I could see him fighting Aquaman.
I can see him fighting Aquaman. I don't think he would strength wise be able to take on Aquaman.
Right.
But I can see him, going out and then Aquaman being like, "Oh, you hit a little bit harder than I thought." Kneel. And then he would just kneel.
I mean, he doesn't do that to King Shark, though.
Why can't he do that to King Shark? King Shark is a shark.
Yeah, he is. That he can't force to kneel. Maybe it's because their brains are too sophisticated.
Oh, that might be it.
That could be it.
Yeah. The higher intelligence, the sentience is what keeps them from, I guess, dominating them.
Possibly. Like I said, I'm just giving that as a theory. I'm sure there's an explanation as to why, but
There probably is, but I haven't studied DC nearly as much as I've studied Marvel.
yeah. So, and I'm just going based off this off hearsay.
Yeah.
In my own experiences and what I've seen and heard.
Okay. So that whole structure is just weird, but and the architecture is weird. So my next thing about the Arkham series is who's hiring the people in Arkham, period. Like the doctors, the guards, who's hiring these people? Who's vetting these people and making sure that they're not like down enough on their luck to go ahead and be like, oh yeah, I was just moving Two-Face and he decided to like give me an offer. Well, I'm getting like, $6,000 to just bring him some outside food, McDonald's, Burger King or something. And keeps my family alive. What's stopping that sort of process in Arkham? Given that they have the technology to put up electrified fields that makes you not go through doors.
See, that I don't know because they surely did hire Harley Quinzel.
Exactly. Not just Harley Quinzel. There's another doctor in Arkham Asylum. I can't remember her name right now, but She gets captured by Zaz and you save her, and then she dies anyway. It's not a spoiler. Go watch my thing.
I mean, also these games have been out for a very long time, especially Arkham Asylum. So
Yeah, that came out in what, 2012, 2013?
if that, yeah, I thought that was a little bit earlier. But point
It
is,
might have been. Yeah. Point is, it's over a decade, so whatever.
yeah.
But oh, Dr. Young, that's what her name is. Dr. Young. She got hired into Arkham. Also started working with the Joker. So that's two doctors that the Joker has gotten to.
That is. I mean, it's that. I don't think Arkham Asylum, like the lore behind it, it's only been explored. I want to say a handful of times because, well, one of my favorite Batman comics is Arkham Asylum, Serious House on Serious Earth. You know, where Batman literally goes through Arkham Asylum. I forgot the reason because it's been. I haven't read that since high school,
Yeah.
which is years ago. Batman's walking through Arkham Asylum, and you kind of see how miserable Arkham Asylum is based upon how the villains look. Like, for example, one panel that sticks out to me is when he sees Zeus. Now, Zeus, if you know anything about Zeus, you know Zeus is a
Yeah, I know Zeus.
god, look cut, looks great, looks good. He looked very sickly in that book,
Whoa.
Yeah, he looks very sickly in the book. And you do have like the art style, which is more of like it's how can I say this? It's kind of drawn in like a creepy kind of style. I would say look up some panels to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like another panel that sticks out to me is how Two-Face looks, which I feel like Two-Face drawn in that style looks. If you're a horror movie fan, it looks very great from a horror movie perspective, or from a horror perspective. But
Okay.
yeah, the point is,
Yeah, I gotta see it.
yeah, you gotta see it. Definitely look that up. Hell, definitely read it. It's a great story. Especially if you like horror movies or if you like creepy stuff. Check it out.
I do like creepy stuff, so that's definitely gonna go on my list.
Yeah, definitely put it on the list. And but the reason why I bring it up is the fact that, like, to me, that's like a great version of Arkham Asylum. Is where, yeah, we're trying to quote unquote rehabilitate people, but we're not taking care of these people because at the end of the day, they're really what gives a damn.
You know what? That's actually something that I pointed out in my playthrough of Arkham Asylum. I think a couple times, like, man, this place is just filthy. It's surprising that in the medical facility area, yeah, I know it's been ransacked by some, I guess, quote unquote thugs and inmates from Blackgate, but still, it wouldn't have gotten that dirty and that grimy in that what, maybe 3-4 hours that I've been in Arkham already. I don't know how time actually works in game, but my what, 10 to 12 hours playing this game, it's probably been like 1 or 2 in game.
Yeah, so
It's just disgusting, utterly terrible. How does it even pass code?
it doesn't. It
That's
doesn't.
sad. That's so sad.
It's sad. And again, like, we're applying real world logic to comic books to video games.
Exactly.
To whatever. I mean, end of the day, Arkham Asylum is like the most. That should have been shut down years ago.
Yeah, it should have been.
It should have been shut down years ago. Like, because you try to quote unquote rehabilitate these villains, rehabilitate everyone who comes in, and you release them. They do crimes, then go back to Arkham.
You're saying points that I've already said about Arkham and why it's terrible.
I mean, I even throw some of that blame onto Blackgate. Granted, those villains that go to Blackgate are sane.
No. I'm gonna say yes, because going by whatever laws they have, they didn't go to Arkham, so they gotta be sane.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're insane, you go to Arkham. If you're sane, you go to Black. That's where Catwoman, she gets caught.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the mafia go. Which, the reason why you barely hear anything about Blackgate is because most of the time, Batman's fighting the insane people.
Yep. And then Nightwing is actually taking out a lot of the more sane criminals.
Oh, he's doing that in
Oh yeah, that's in Bloodhaven though.
Yeah, Blood in the Bloodhaven. Yeah, he's in Bloodhaven.
Yeah, which that's a dope name for a city,
Yeah, Bloodhaven.
Bloodhaven.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go fight crime, a city named Bloodhaven, I'll say there's plenty of crime over there. Because why else are you named Bloodhaven?
Well, no, that's a very good point. I can't think of any other reasons why you would be named Bloodhaven, unless you know, were founded by a cult of vampires or something. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think he even has his own court of owls in Bloodhaven.
He was supposed to be Italian.
He was,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that was true, wasn't it? He was supposed to have been Italian, but yeah.
You know what? Batman saved him from that life. Well, unlife.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of reminded me how they kind of squandered the court of owls, but I'm not here to talk
Oh
about
my
that.
God, yes they did. And yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that at all. That would just piss me. Okay, so now that we've gone over like the whole infrastructure of Arkham, essentially, like they're just a terrible company that needs to be shut down. Why hasn't Batman bought Arkham and rebuilt it essentially to house his own villains to make sure that he doesn't have to do more work?
I might have an answer for this, and I have an answer for what universe you're in.
Okay, well, go ahead with your answer, and I do want to say, leave your answers in the comment.
Yes, indeed. Now, if we're talking like just Batman, where his mom is an Arkham, basically he inherited Arkham Asylum. So he technically,
I do remember that line. He technically does own Arkham in that line.
Right. Which I do like the fact that, like, okay, his mom is an Arkham. I don't know if that's like canon in like the original universe or in the universe that we're focused on, but I do love that lore.
Okay.
Because his mom is confirmed Arkham in the Flashpoint.
Right, and I don't know if she was actually in Arkham before she got married to Into the Wayne.
So, but also in the universes where she's not in Arkham, who's to say that he hasn't bought it already? Because to be honest with you, we don't know exactly what Bruce Wayne owns.
That's very true. Well, outside of some technology company.
Right. Like, I mean, let's be honest. For like plot reasons, we may hear, "Oh yeah, I own this building that we're about to walk into and find out what's really going on."
He canonically owns Clark Kent's apartment building.
Yeah.
Clark Kent pays him rent. He also owns the building that the Daily Planet is in. So yeah.
Right. So who knows? Like, who knows? Right. So those are like my two explanations as to why he hasn't quote unquote bought Arkham Asylum is because A, he might already own it. Well, both instances he might already own it. Okay. He just gets it through different means.
I can go with that. But I have a theory that it is that I was just coming up with as I was playing this game. I have a theory that Arkham Asylum is now just government run. And they don't want to sell it because they make too much money from Batman putting all the criminals in there and then them escaping.
So what you're saying is that the government literally is getting money from not just Batman, but maybe all superheroes.
Yes, which is why superheroes aren't really illegal in their world.
Yeah. You might be right. I mean, I guess technically it would be illegal. They're just brushing it under the rug.
Yeah, because I mean they do have laws against vigilantism, and they do have a definite separation from superheroes and heroes and vigilantes.
Right.
Even though Batman is a vigilante.
And I guess depending on how they're feeling, they could pull that vigilante card.
Exactly.
So,
well, I guess you're a vigilante if you're unpowered. That's only a handful of people in that world,
including Batman.
Yeah, and his family, like adopted and literal bloodline. I'm not forgetting you either, Ollie. But yeah, so I think we got about enough. So yeah, I want to thank you all for joining us here today. You got anything else to say, Zach?
No, I'm good. You know, I'm great. I'm gonna go back to my No More Heroes 3.
Okay.
We'll go
Yeah,
back to that. We'll go back to that Let's Play. So, yeah.
yeah, go ahead, watch that. That's actually on my list for after this whole thing. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. This has been Blind as a Bat, episode I believe 11. Tune in sometime in the future for that. Tune in for Zach's gameplay of No More Heroes. Also, check out the link tree. We
Yep.
have all of our socials there. We also have a link for perspective discussions. Zach does that one.
Yep.
Check it out. Also, like, comment, subscribe, share, and donate if you can. Thanks. We're punching out that clock. Peace.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So you can punch in. Oh, also, don't forget to drink your water. Bye.
Yes. Stay hydrated.
Say hi. Yes, stay hydrated, please.
Patient interview. Pamela Lillian Isley, November 12th, 11:33 a.m. Good morning, Pamela. How are you today?
Fine. Today is a special day.
What do you mean?
This is the anniversary of my new life. When I found my true self, my destiny.
Are you referring to the event with Dr. Woodrow?
Yes. What else? Of course, at the time I thought Jason had poisoned me. But in retrospect, he did me a huge favor.
And why do you believe what he did has helped you?
He showed me the bigger world. A world I should protect. Of course, my first offer was rejected.
Offer? You tried to kill everyone in Gotham.
Well, sometimes you need to prune back hard in order to make something flourish.
He's here!